No, but it is, they'll be saying these are the price.
Inspired the church would be looking for the only show, and it's the sun gives. Then we work after their own character. I know they're not going to do it. They're it's in the mind break. About interpretation where they are. It's not. We know we'll.
Okay, folks, 7 o'clock, I'm gonna call the business meeting of the Woodstock Town Board to order. And we're gonna start with some resolutions. Oh, yeah, we'll touch the flag. Thank you, Laura.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Public hearing at 7:15, and we've got some resolutions. The resolved to have minutes for meetings held on October 3rd, October 14th, October 21st, and October 28th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Hi, can you hear me?
Resolved to accept the town clerk's report.
Second.
All in favor?
Hi, can you hear me?
Megan, are you hearing a new?
Megan, are you hearing
I
me?
am now, thank you,
Okay, I said I the first time as well. Thank you.
thank you.
Be it resolved to authorize payments of vouchers in the amount of $1,748,084.88.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And part of the reason
Aye.
that's date is December, or the bill for the retirement was due, so that bill was a whopping $709,000 for all our employees. Be it resolved, you know what, then I'm gonna read your resolution here. We'll enter the whole thing in, but be it resolved, the Woodstock Town Board recognizes the authority of First Deputy Town Clerk Megan Raimondo to possess the powers to perform the duties of town clerk during the vacancy of the town clerk. The office of the town clerk is established in chapter 62, article 3, section 30. Parentheses 10-A of the Consolidated Laws of New York, and possesses and performs the duties of media person established in Woodstock Town Board Resolution 02-2025, and the resolved Woodstock Town Board authorized the compensation of First Deputy Town Clerk in the amount prorated for the period from November 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025, based on the 2025 town clerk salary of $75,212, the period of January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026, based on an equal amount. The 2026 town clerk salary at $77,468 be further resolved. Woodstock Town Board appoints Megan Raimondo as registrar, vital statistics, record management officer, town clerk, and records access officer for the remainder of 2025 and for the year 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody understands what we're doing. So what we're doing with this is we are keeping Megan as a first deputy town clerk, but we are giving her the salary of the town clerk because she'll be doing the duties of the town clerk. Is that what we all agree that we're doing?
Yes, so actually, this is perfectly in line also with the head council at Association of Towns, where the first deputy clerk continues to perform the clerk's duties immediately under Town Law 3010. And Megan does get that paycheck that goes with it. The town board can appoint somebody later this year. The town board can appoint somebody next year, where the town board does not have to appoint anyone. The town board also has, the supervisor actually has the responsibility of alerting the elections office by February next year that this is an open position that folks can run for. So this way we get it on the ballot and, you know, we have people vote for that position.
And they've been notified already.
Okay, good, thank you.
Okay,
Uh,
the other question I have is, Megan, do you feel protected by this because you're getting the salary?
I do, but more importantly, to have those appointments is so critical with the state for those jobs. To be able to continue to do those for the town, so yes, I do, and I
Okay.
appreciate it very much, and that I know you all did high due diligence.
Okay,
to
and
make
so,
this.
were disappointment not made, there'd be no tax bills going out.
Uh,
Sorry, folks.
So one note for everyone regarding the tax assessor. So what was interesting is that the tax assessor is actually an elected position. And the town would have had to pass a local law or to have a referendum to appoint a town clerk as the tax assessor.
Just tax collector.
Tax collector. So I don't know if in fact the town did that or when the town did that.
Years
That's
ago,
something-
we've always had an appointed.
So it'd be helpful to get that shared with the town board so that we all have that in our possession. But it's not an issue because you're not elected at this point in time and you're not elected for 2026. So congratulations, you got the responsibility.
What is the town board in their possession? I'm with that.
The resolution. I
We
can
need,
find
we
it.
need a resolution
Yeah,
showing that the
law.
tax collector was moved from an elected position to an appointed
It
position.
was probably 100 years ago.
We'd like to,
Okay.
we certainly would like to see that, because if in fact it has not been done, we would need to do that.
yeah, okay, so I would like to say I am a yes vote for this, just because I was busy.
Yes.
Okay, so there you go, and I also want to thank Megan and also Michelle for their patience as all this got worked out, because anyway, it's nice that we have a solution.
Be resolved to accept the revised May 12, 2014 Woodstock Water District map accepted by New York State Department of Environmental Conservation.
Second,
Discuss.
Yes, did you get a chance to go look at it then?
I have looked at this map, but you continue to not answer my question, which is, which are the properties and how are the two maps different? I would move that we table this until you can do your homework correctly.
Ben. You, I've told you this.
I moved that table it.
I told you. fine,
I second to table it.
Fine, table it. You are not doing your job. If you look at that map, you will clearly see the original map that is still in effect and the new map. The line is designated on there. You just refuse to take a look at it. And you are doing disservice to the 4 or 5 property owners that are actually now registered as out of district use.
So I counted more than 100. So what I would like to know.
There are 4.
Is it 4 or is it 5? You actually
4 or
told me
5.
it was
1,
6.
2, 3.
Bill, why don't you just provide a list?
I've already told you, it's the Bearsville complex. There's 3 in Gary Hill and Mary Jo Hardenberg.
What,
There could be 2 properties in the Bearsville complex.
do you hear yourself actually not providing the list? You're saying,
I
it could
just
be
gave
this,
you
it
the
could be
list.
that, it could be those
Bennett?
3 over there.
You, for 4 years, have stalled.
4 years,
Excuse-
this is
excuse-
2020.
Well, now I'm talking about just on everything in
How
general.
long have you been here, Bill?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Whereas the town of Woodstock Water Department received 2 bids for installation of an outlet and transfer switch for the portable generator at Pump House 2, and whereas the CDE Electric Inc. submitted a low bid of $14,580, therefore be it resolved, the Woodstock Town Board accept the bid from CDE Electric Inc.
second,
Discuss.
I asked about the generator and received that the generator was received by the highway department and signed for by Heather Amy. I also saw a picture of it sitting in the, is it the highway department's generator?
No,
Then why did they take the,
they had a forklift that they could get it off the truck.
I don't believe that this is a necessary expense for the water department. I do
Okay.
not believe that we need to be spending $14,580 for a generator that nobody seems to claim and nobody seems to have it.
That's absolutely false statement.
Okay, who claims it?
Barry Allen, the water district.
So
It was purchased, if you go.
Donnie
take-
Allen or Larry Allen?
Larry Allen we purchased it for the water districts. We purchased it for Pump House 2 because there was no generator there.
So we
And
purchased,
I can tell you that it's getting to be a bigger problem, because Central Hudson has always been really good about restringing the line along that private driveway. The last time we had a storm that took the poles out, they said custom poles were not touching them. Now, they have replaced poles in the past. Needless to say, it costs about $7,000 to put new poles in and get this restrung. In the meantime, the water district was out without those 5 wells. So the other thing I would say is there was a capital improvement, a capital project to pay for this generator and to pay for the hookup. It's all coming out of water district capital. Not the operating budget.
So,
If you don't wanna hook it up, that's fine.
So why
That is the most childish thing I've ever heard.
so this generator was purchased in 2023.
Yes, I
Okay,
believe
so
so.
it's been sitting around. Why don't we table it, get the line item where this was purchased from, make sure there's no interfund
Why
transfer
didn't you do
necessary.
this? But there is no,
because you're the supervisor, why don't you do it? We've been asking you to do this, Bill.
all you gotta do is, you know what? Well, Laura, you read the rest of these resolutions. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, so we are on the.
I moved to table the.
Well, I think.
I'll second
I
it.
think Phil's gonna get the information you asked.
You know what? Don't pay for it. I don't care. Public, you have a board that's not doing their job. And if the power goes out and there's no water coming from there, you can thank these three. Okay,
This
next.
is being
was no
held up
vote.
because you weren't in the room
I
for
am.
Monday and Tuesday during the budget workshop. And that's why there's no
Thank you.
accountability.
Whereas
You were
Bear,
not here.
Bear Cantina
That is your
LLC,
rules.
295 Tinker Street, Woodstock, New York. 12498 is in compliance with the alcohol beverage control law, section 64, subdivision 2A has notified this municipality of their intent to file applications with the liquor license from New York State Liquor Authority, and whereas this property is currently in compliance with all local laws and does not have any violations at this time. Therefore, be it resolved, the town of Woodstock waives its right to 30-day hold and consents to processing and issuing the aforesaid license.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Be it resolved to hire Sean White to a 90-day full-time police officer, no, excuse me. Full-time police officer effective November 18th, 2025, an hourly rate of $30.
It needs to say full-time,
As full-time,
permanent police officer.
we'll add permanent.
Okay,
I'd
so,
like to discuss this in executive session.
I
Okay.
second the motion.
So we'll hold off on the next two and we'll go into executive session after the public hearing.
And I'm prepared to vote and I'll come out with a decision, by the way.
Okay.
So we put that on the record.
Whereas 2 pumps in the at the sand filters in Woodstock wastewater plant are in need of replacement. Therefore, be it resolved, the Woodstock Town Board approves the quote from GP Yeager for $12,756 and be it further resolved to transfer an amount up to $12,756 from the Hamlet Sewage District Repair Reserve Fund SS 2401.003 for said purchase. Whereas the transfer of up to $12,756 from the Hamlet Sewer District Reserve Repair Reserve Fund SS 2401.003 is subject to permissive referendum as it relates to Article 7 New York State Town Law. Be it further resolved, town clerk is directed to place the following notice in the official newspaper of the town on November 18th, 2025, the Woodstock Town Board adopt the resolution authorizing the transfer of up to $12,756 from the Hamlet Sewer District Repair Reserve Fund SS 2401.003 for the purchase of loose sand filters pumps. This resolution is subject to permissive referendum pursuant to the provisions of Article 7 of the New York State Town Law by order of the Woodstock Town Board.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You resolve to appoint Karen Schultz as acting assessor for the town of Woodstock at an hourly rate of $35.10, effective November 18th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 second that as well. If we can have 2 seconds for that, Megan, please. Because I would also like to second that.
Karen, thank you.
Thank you.
I asked you to do this a long time ago,
Yeah.
and I know it's only acting and it's not necessarily permanent, but thank you for stepping forward. I appreciate it.
So that the public is aware. Um, Karen, is, thank you for stepping up. So the maximum term that you could be in this, temporary position for is 6 months.
Correct.
And you're really gonna help us get through end of month items as well as a reassessment, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
7:15.
Yes, by the big flop on the wall, it is 7.
Megan, would you kindly read the notice for public hearing?
At the town board meeting held on November 5th, 2025, the Woodstock Town Board scheduled a public hearing for amendments to the town of Woodstock zoning law chapter 260, amendments to the scenic overlay regulations for November 18th, 2025 at 7:15 PM. All members of the public may now be heard.
Okay, we're all rushed.
I see it.
Michael,
Which side you want me to stand on, Bill? This one or
which side would you like to stand on, Michael?
on the left side?
The left side for you or the left side for me?
I want to step on the dog. You step on the dog, just the split side about a half a minute.
Michael, do you not like dogs?
I love dogs, Bill. I just want to take a minute to congratulate Nuala Cordes on her election to be the next town supervisor.
This is a public hearing.
It's, yeah, I'm stating,
Well,
I'm under public, I'm speaking as a member of the public during the public hearing.
To the top.
we're doing public hearing for the law.
Scenic overlay.
Would you allow me to finish, please?
Why not?
No,
Do you have a comment about the scenic?
I do,
Okay.
and I want,
Thank
would you allow me to finish speaking, Bill? You know, you interrupt everybody.
As long as you're talking about the topic at hand.
I wanted to thank Anula Cordes for her work on this project. And it's people like her that are gonna bring this town into a new era. And it's only 44 days from now, and I'm really looking forward to it. A lot of people in town are looking forward to it. And I just wanted to thank her for her efforts, okay? And I've got a note
Thank
here.
you, Laura, because you really shepherded her.
Well, the zoning revision committee and Jude is in the room and Connor Wank really did lead the law, the scenic overlay law.
The public, if you'd like to speak, you guys get to talk, and you talk endlessly. all
Okay, you
through the
have
meetings.
comments, Mike?
I do.
Okay,
Yes,
let's hear
I
it.
do. I have a comment from a member of the zoning revision committee, Edward Sanders. Who is also a member of the Woodstock Tree Committee. And he looked at the text before the meeting this evening, and he wrote. I have examined and read the proposed new language and text of the scenic overlay district and find it adequate, environmentally sound, and appropriate for passing by the town board. And as chair of the Woodstock Tree Committee, I second that statement.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Congratulations, Padula.
Anyone else? Nobody. Okay, anybody from the board?
One step.
Okay, so I'm gonna recess the public hearing to the call of the chair,
You
and
wouldn't wanna vote on it right now?
I don't have the resolution to vote on, we don't have the secret, we'll have it at the next meeting.
I just want, one, this is general, because I don't want to speak without full information. This is just going to be my general statement I've made throughout zoning in.
Is this about the scenic overlay?
Because I just said it's general about zoning in general. And I still have an issue with a sitting town board member being the chair who makes a decision to present to the board, then oftentimes it's not always complete information that we get, right?
Thank you.
Well, I mean, so it's questionable which huge decisions we should make when there was just a really alarming issue. That was put out in Overlook, press. And that had to do with some serious, coding, zoning violations, so we have a lot that we could lose if we don't take
Thank
a
you,
closer
thank
look
you.
with some other board members.
So I'm
We don't
gonna-
always get to show up
Thank
to
you.
a Zoom.
You
They
can,
say
you can
6
finish
hours,
this, you
now
can
it's-
finish this in public be heard. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna make a motion to go into executive session to talk about personnel matters in the police department.
Second.
All in favor?
Employment, this.
Aye.
Employment issues.
So we're gonna.
It's what she said before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, but we're gonna come back because this meeting will continue.
I got that.
And I anticipate some votes when we come back.
There's one from Harold down.
You're on top of it, Phil.
Once in a while, I get there, yeah.
We'll be back, folks.
I'm doing so that I felt good.
When I saw that, I took long, I was way back, I was like, she's back, and then it was here.
You're in a journalistic capacity. Middle, good.
Okay. Be it resolved to hire Sean White as the full-time permanent police officer effective November 18th, 2025 at an hourly rate of $30.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Be it resolved to hire Marie DeStefano as a 90-day temporary full-time police officer effective December 1st, 2025 at an hourly rate of $30.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public be heard. Oh, let me just, while you're getting that list out, let me make one quick announcement, especially for the press. Give me a minute, I gotta get to Facebook. So there is a food drive on this Saturday. There it is.
7 AM.
Yes, do you have this?
What was that? Did you miss that? Did you have any-
Yes, I did.
Why did you call me now?
It is, the Good Neighbor Food Pantry will be having a Thanksgiving food distribution of Mountain View. Mountain View parking lot, and it starts at 10 AM and while supplies last, so that's.
We'll be
this-
there at 7. packing up.
But Their poster here says 10, so that's what I have to go by.
Alright.
But then-
This, everybody ate, so
this-
people don't be rolling up at 8
I would say, we're gonna need time to put all the boxes together, so please try and hold it off until 10 o'clock. If the paper could get that, we'd really appreciate it. Public be heard.
Wendy Lubin? Hi, everybody. I don't know if this is my first time doing it, so this is the resolution that's a draft. You all would like to talk
Thank
about.
3 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm asking the town of Woodstock to join with other towns in Ulster County to put forth a resolution opposing the harmful impact of public law number 119-21, the so-called Big Beautiful Bill. The idea for this resolution came from a back and forth process between Representative Pat Ryan and his staff and volunteers with Indivisible Ulster, a local nonpartisan pro-democracy group, suggesting that people put their consternation into resolutions in the towns around the county. The resolution has already been passed in Ulster County Legislature in the towns of Hurley, Rosendale, the village and town of New Paltz, and in Kingston. It's on the agenda in Saugerties and in other towns around Ulster County. In brief, the resolution describes the adverse impact the bill will have on all of us, children, seniors, veterans, and everyday people, with the closing of hospitals, loss of Medicaid by many, loss of the SNAP program by many, and importantly, the impact it will have on town budgets. The resolution asks federal representatives to replace the cuts using an approach that protects and expands affordable health care coverage, maintains SNAP so no one in our community goes hungry, prioritizes middle-class tax relief and small business growth over giveaways to the very wealthy, and lower costs for families without shifting unfunded mandates to local governments. There are 3 important reasons for passing this resolution. First, in sending it to all of our congressional and state electeds and officials, it's giving them a clear directive of what a bipartisan approach to these issues needs to be. Second, all of the constituents in Woodstock, as well as Ulster County, need to have a clear idea of the adverse and in some cases devastating impact the bill is going to have on their lives. The resolution can be sent widely to the media. Third, the bill will cause the members of the town board and county to make many difficult decisions, such as cuts in services that will adversely impact citizens. The blame for these losses and financial hardships needs to be placed on this bill and not on the consequences of it that will happen locally. In other words, we need to protect all of you from being blamed for the actions you are going to have to take. It is a draft resolution, so if the board sees fit, please edit it. In the end, I hope that you will agree that passing this resolution is important and that Woodstock will make its constituents very happy by joining the community of other towns by passing it. Thank you.
Next,
Lori Aspen?
I just wanted to make a couple of comments. As the town board moves forward and sets salaries, I think it would be good to take into account some of the data from the towns around us and also look at things maybe through the lens of being commensurate with experience. And this is not limited to any one person, but whomever does become the town clerk. For example, in Shandaken, the town clerk is the tax collector. The town clerk also administers the website and the emergency alert system. And according to their 2026 budget, they make under $47,000 a year. In Saugerties, the town population is more than triple Woodstock's population, and their town clerk made $63,000 a year. So I think, you know, judging even from like a school district, for example, if you have a social studies teacher, they teach the same curriculum, they do the same job. If you have a teacher that retires at 30 years and a new teacher, they don't come in at the same salary level. The new teacher is not hired at the salary of the outgoing. member, although they do the same job. So I just think these are the sorts of conversations that could be had moving forward as salaries and budgets are set.
Next,
Dave from Bearsville, I might be saying it wrong. so-
No, Fanny.
Okay, sorry, Franny, it's, apologize.
Okay. So, as usual, I got to talk about the TV station. And so I brought some paperwork for the town to do, because the public access TV hasn't employed anybody to do jobs there. So we are volunteers mostly. So the thing that I have to do, they have to do with the, paperwork has to do by the town. I don't know if you know that. It has to, so that we can sign things or do things. So I brought some paperwork to do by the town, but nobody has done it. And so people that come to the studio cannot sign really for the job that they are doing. So can you please, do the job, or tell your secretary to do it, or whoever is in charge to do that paperwork, is do holes on that on the papers. I think I brought it like 4 weeks ago. And, nobody has called Ellen or me to come and pick them up. So can you do it? Or you can't?
I'll get back to you on that.
What's up with that? Wait, yeah,
On it.
what do you mean you get back to me?
Sure.
Yeah. Can you please, find out? Because
First I'm hearing about it. What paperwork is it?
it's some paperwork
This
that
is
has.
publicly heard, it's not back and forth.
Oh, okay, so, yes, I'm letting you know. So I need that paperwork so that we can sign that,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
Rachel?
One of the hardest things about working with you, Bill, is that half of the time, the reason why we're all pissed off is because you haven't let us know what the hell's going on. It's not even about the fact that you may or may not have done it right, and you may or may not have done it wrong. We don't know. So, these meetings where you're not allowed to have discussions and you're stuck to these frickin' Robert's Rules of Order. Is it Robert? Is that who it is? Yeah. Come on, man. I was listening to an old town board meeting. People are having actual discussions. You can't actually get things done when you come together and you do this performance like you're having a meeting. But in actuality, you're just reading off some paper, allowing people to talk for a second, abusing them, and then moving on to the next conversation like the list is enough. So why does she have to, you say I'll get back to her. I'm gonna forget, yield a few more of my minutes for us to understand what we want to know. The town wants to know, what does Fanny need? What does Ellen need? What do we need for the cable access television? So answer her. It's okay. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. Usually we're out of here in 15 minutes. Let's have a meeting. What's going on with the station? What do we need? Do they need stuff that Spectrum needs some information in order? These people are volunteering. It's not a joke. The station isn't a joke. There are people who actually still have a TV, they turn it on and they need to know what's going on. So if you treat it like a joke, it behaves like a joke. So let's be real here, man. It's not about whip through some list and then shuffle everybody out the door. We don't know what the hell you're doing. And it's because you don't share that information. Maybe you're doing great stuff. We don't even know. So on your way out, instead of just insulting everyone and trying to make sure that everyone thinks that you're leaving a great thing and they're making sure there's a problem, you're leaving a mess, dude. You're leaving a mess. And so how about transitioning? You said you don't want to do it anymore. So help the next administration handle it in a way that's not you just red-facing us all day. Come on, dude. You don't have to go out like this. You don't have to go out like this. We're all working here. I just heard Michael Beach thank Anula. Come on, man. We're trying to make this work. Help us out. Why is she waiting for some paperwork? Why doesn't she know that it's sitting on your desk? Why haven't you done anything about it? You look great, but
Okay.
let's get some
you.
shite done.
Next.
And I don't wanna say it wrong, you're right.
You're in.
You're right. Thank you.
Can't follow you, Rachel. Too good. Basically, it's just an add-on to that. I'm just hoping that we've got a month and a half left, and this is really for, all of you in a sense, but if we can figure out a way to help transition and to move forward, and if you say, which I believe you to some extent, that you care a lot about this town, and there was a time that really appreciated the work that you've done, Laura, but I feel like sometimes, and Bennett's leaving, and Morelia is leaving, but there's people that are coming in, and we really need to transition and like stop with the commenting. Just if someone asks, another council person asks, so can you please have that described, or have 3 or 4, just follow the rules, the process, instead of cutting corners, or the way you used to do it. You guys used to do it for 10, 20 years, a certain way. I understand that, but now people have elected another group that wants to do it a different way. And so just let's transition and start giving that information that is needed and just move forward and make this last month and a half, like a little bit nicer for everybody.
Yes, I do wanna make a statement.
No.
Well, no, I would like, because Bill, I also already.
Please,
No, I-
no.
but Bill has already-
Hold on, is there any more?
Yeah, I mean, Bill has already given me the information, I shared with Nula, and because it's on the meetings law, we can't all 3 sit together. But I know that Bill has already been sharing information with me, and I shared it with Nula to get some of this transition going.
It's this whole thing.
Okay,
It's
it's
the-
to go back and
Oh,
forth.
it's
that's
in
right.
the-
We can't all do the same thing.
on that, so
No, I understand it. You can do it right here on these meetings.
Sarah would like to speak.
Okay, Sarah, you're last, thank you.
All right, yeah,
You don't have to sign it. Just-
all right, no, I just wanna, because I've sent emails to all of you. I don't know what the internal discussion is that's holding up, the process. There is no longer a police task force. So I've been unable to have any accountability from those folks. I had concerns you appointed them all. I had concerns as to who consisted of that group, because there are 2 people who bullied me. This room knows I've been bullied. There was a clerk who stepped out of line. It was like untethered, unchecked. That's the only description. The clerk's job is being done properly now. I'm so glad. The job is to clerk, not to become a town board member, not to tell someone to sit down, shut the fuck up, and not to ask our police chief to remove me from a room. And sorry for the language, but we've had a lot of language I thought would just get us pulled down from YouTube here, right? Just repeating where we're at with all of our other lawsuits. We don't need another one. Somebody stepped down, that's great. But when I have a police task force and I'm saying in front of our district attorney, I'm feeling intimidated by our police force. We've got a sex offender, level 3 here. We've got a sex offender the day that Jackie Early resigned here. That's the day you told me Sinagra is back out on the streets. He had a problem working with our female officers before, didn't he? But he's back out there rolling on the road tonight. I have to call dispatch to ask who's out there. I'm a pedestrian, you know it, and you laughed in my face last week because I'm jogging up to the community center to go to WEC, our environmental commission. Important meeting to me. So glad they're back, and it's not Aaron Moran running there, who got in my face with a thug spitting in my face. I told you about it, right? Why would someone on our police force be bullying me in person now? Where do I get the accountability? You think I'm going to file a charge here? Who's going to have my back? Yep. Because you also say you're a detailed person, always voting second. But it was a little different in the room when I'm the only person sitting right here. There is no clerk for a workshop. That was a full-on employment hearing. And it looked a little like Watergate meets Epstein to me, what I have 31 pages to discuss with anyone who wants to hear what I took down. So we've got the actual waste, fraud, and abuse is right here. We're asking about budget lines, and we want to know where the budget line is. It was going back and forth with a pre-meeting. You weren't here. You were meeting with the person who's going to come in here and be interviewed by Bennett and by Anula, and they had questions that couldn't be answered because I'm running back and forth to you and to Melanie saying, where are you? Also, where's that copy I asked for when I'm getting interrupted trying to run up this hill on time, but I gotta have a conversation with y'all.
Thank
So,
you, 3
well,
minutes.
Okay,
Thank
well, we
you.
didn't get it last week because we know why. You were laughing at me because I had to take a job. That was about the most inopportune time, and we should also
Motion to
stop
adjourn.
doing that. Let's not double book meetings. Let's all get Zoom for everyone. You told me now. I have to be a town employee.
Thank you.
$1 a day.
Motion.
Penny a day.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.